It's only when we observe it that it chooses one state. When you train yourself to do that, you can literally create what it is you desire. What are you picking out in the universe? Superposition. This is a concept that emerges from quantum mechanics, and it's a bit like both and scenario rather than either or. So it suggests that until we measure or observe a particle, it can exist in a combination of multiple states at once. It's kind of like flipping that coin, right? We flip it in the air, we've got the heads and we got the tail section. We don't know where it's going to land, but the possibilities is both of them are there simultaneously right now. Both are available right now. So what this means is this particle isn't randomly jumping around. It's sort of in this blended state. It's only when we observe it that it chooses one state. We flip it in the air and it's turning around. It's got a head. We could actually see it, right? We could see, oh, heads, tails, and we're crossing our fingers saying, whichever one you chose, so that you can, go first in that football play or whatever it is. But until it lands, it's still a possibility. So again, this highlights the fact that our desires in manifestation can be seen as existing in, again, a superposition of potential outcomes. Until you focus your intent and energy on what it is you desire, it's like your intentions are simultaneously in different states. I could be, married, or I could be single for the rest of my life. I could be living in California, or I could be living in this other place for the rest of my life. Let me take back the rest of my life. I never want to put out the rest of your life. We're on this journey, right? So everything's always unfolding. But there's two possibilities. And it's, there's a Schrodinger's cat experiment. You guys ever heard about that? Where a cat inside a closed box is potentially considered both alive and dead at the same time until that box is opened. It can be either one. And, when I first learned this, and I'll tell you, I have to go back to my journals because I don't remember it, but I used to experiment with this all the time. Gosh, I was in my 20s. And I have journals from that time because I was experimenting with time stopping, like literally stopping time. It's incredible how this works. And I would love to, I had to stop doing that for reasons I'll share with my clients. But I was also experimenting with this flipping the coin thing. I would have two options and I would really put my energy and focus on the one. And it's fascinating how when you train yourself to do that, you can literally create what it is you desire. Because for me, it was easier to kind of play with the two options. It's like you've got a box and it can, again, go both ways. I wasn't experimenting with boxes. I was experimenting with real life stuff. It can literally go both ways. But when you put all your intention and all your focus and all your energy on the one, it was pretty cool to see what happened. And so that's, again, an important concept. And why do I talk about this? Because, again, it's that power of your focused energy. Again, some of you might be thinking, I'm going to get this client or I'm not going to get this client. And then you're talking about how, well, what's going to happen if they don't sign up with me, or they don't work with me, or they cancel my contract, or they, don't buy the car, or whatever it is, or they don't buy, the business I'm selling. And that's a possibility, absolutely. And the other possibility is that they will buy the car, they will buy, or sign this contract, or they will, do XYZ that will work in your favor. Well, either one is a possibility. But when we understand quantum physics, is where are you putting your energy towards? Are you putting it in the thing that you don't want, or are you putting it in the thing that you do want? Because when you put the thing in what you do want, you start to hone in on that particle in the quantum sea of possibilities. Focusing on what you want starts to, again, hone in, bring that energy into that one particle that you desire versus the one you don't. So you want to always check yourself. Always check yourself. What are you picking out in the universe?